Hello friends, hi, how are we today? I hope we're all doing well. I am doing fine. I am here with a different lighting setup than I normally have, so I don't know how much I love it. Yeah, and what I thought was a super duper not busy week turned into an incredibly busy week, and I was not prepared for it. So I am sorry in advance. You're gonna see me scramble a lot with like day extenders for a day or possibly two. I can't remember, but guys, ugh, it's so bad. I had meant to get this up earlier, but my weekend got away from me. I had planned on filming this on the Saturday night, like July 1st, and then oh god, I don't even want to tell you about it. It was just awful. My kid like tantrumed all anyway, we will get into my kids' tantrums this week because trust me, they play a lot. I am using the Live Life in Full Bloom kit from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. Christy really does floral kits phenomenally well, but I think that her spring kits are where she really shines. She's just really good at spring kits. So I started off this week doing my sidebar because I was actively avoiding putting down my boxes because I wanted my boxes to be a true scatter this week. I don't actually think when you look at it, they look like a true scatter, but they're scatter, whatever. They worked for my planning style for what I needed. So yeah, I started off with my sidebar because I was too afraid to put down the scatter. Again, I've just had weeks and weeks of like the most beautiful kits, and I had my beautiful Simply Gilded kit last week. Honestly, just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, all of my kits have been gorgeous. I love them so much. So on Monday, I do something that I rarely ever do. I moved my full box down, and I did this a couple of weeks ago where I put the hockey sticker on the bottom, and then I put the full box directly on top of that, and then the rest of the day is what I had planned. So it takes up a little bit more room, but honestly, I don't mind it at all. And I just thought all of the floors in this kit were perfect, and I really liked how this turned out. I don't know if maybe it's because there's more humidity now and there's more moisture in the air, just a little bit, but I found that this kit wasn't really hard to pull up. I didn't really struggle with any of the stickers like I definitely have been the last few weeks. So I'm not sure what that's about. Going to have to look into it though, because honestly, I'm not thrilled about it, but whatever. I've got my hockey stickers down, and then I decided I didn't love the geometric headers. Sorry guys, as per usual, it's my yawn mid plan, but I definitely moved my headers up this week. I thought I had moved my headers up to I thought I had moved my headers up enough that I wouldn't have to use day extenders, but I did on, I used 3 day extenders on 2 days this week. On Tuesday, despite the fact that there was no hockey or anything, I had so much to mark, and I even left stuff out. But what I've been saying is the last few plan with me's, I've been doing this trick, moving my headers up, taking up a little bit more space at the top, having more space in my day, and that has been working really well for me so far, so I think I will keep doing that. And this is, if I did neglect to mention, the week of April 24th through 30th. I love it when a week ends on Sunday so you can start your new week on the Monday. Oh, it's heaven. I love it. Heaven on a hat stand. If anybody gets that reference, let me know in the comments down below. It is extremely niche, and if you get it, kudos to you, because holy smokes. So I just used the to-dos and the pattern headers. As I said, I didn't like those geometric headers, and as I don't know if you know, but I don't like them enough that I'm going to get rid of them. I just did my headers organizational video, and if you guys have not checked that out yet, what are you waiting for? I will link that in the iCard up above. But yeah, I did that, and I don't like them, so I threw them out. And I know it seems wasteful, but I use so many of my stickers. It just really frustrates me when I do have to throw them out, but they're not my jam. They will never get used. I would rather not keep around a scrap of paper that has them on them than take up space in my valuable limited resources at this point being what it is. So as you can see, I'm just putting the headers on, and then I will do the day covers, and then I believe we will get into the day by day. Laying down this base was like, it took no time at all. So this is double time. So it took me about 10 minutes in real time to lay it all down. Moving into my day by day, I tried different lighting again. How do you guys like it? Let me know in the comments down below. So first off, we did groceries, and I just used an icon from the kit to note that. Then keeping on, I think we're in like 3 or 4 week trend now. I have the sampler sheets from Paisley Prince Co., and I'm just using the flowers off the sampler sheet to note that I did daycare drop off that day. And then my kiddo tried baby cereal for the first time. I didn't really have anything to mark that, so I used a Coffee Monsters Co. emoji with like the food splatters on it and the sigh, even though it wasn't a sigh, it was a big deal. My husband and I then went to the mall, and we just used the cash icon from the kit. We hit up Sport Check, Roots, Lids, and Starbucks. It was just something to do. And then when my kiddo got home from daycare, he had a poo emergency. And after that, I used a Superwoman, Olivia from Sweetie Sticker Co. to note that I got both the boys to bed that night. And my husband and I had kind of like a mini date night and watched The Mandalorian, and that Mandalorian script is from Magical Sticker Co. It's honestly, I love it. It's fantastic. One thing you'll notice is that I struggled a lot with spacing this week, so heads up, that is going to be a recurring theme. Tuesday marks the day. I have never fiddled. You guys know that I'm like, whatever with my stickers. I don't fiddle, whatever. It's a planner. It's my planner. No one's going back in it except for me. I don't care. If things are crooked, whatever. Unless they're like glaringly crooked. But I had a lot to mark this day, and I did not realize how many things I had to mark this day, and I still left one thing out this day. So we'll start off with the fact that my kiddo woke up at 5 a.m. I thought this was a one-time thing. No, that is the time that he wakes up. I did go back in my planner at this age with my older kiddo, and I noted he did the same thing, like no difference. So I didn't really need to worry about that. And I had a YouTube binge at one point. I think my kid must have napped, and I just watched YouTube. Then after that, this is not going to be in order. I have a Coffee Monsters Co. doctor thing. I took it out. It was just all the details of my dad and where he was being transferred later on this week to what rehab facility, because he was being released from the hospital because he had stabilized enough. So what you will end up seeing is that I did an email blast to everyone. It started as like just my family members. Now, I have a very large family, but it started as just my family members, and then more and more people got added. So my list is currently like 40 people to email blast for my dad to let them know how he is. So I used that paper and milk icon for that. After that, I used a Sweetie Sticker Co. icon again, just to note that I had a call with my dad, just so that he knew all the details of his transfer, where he was going, etc., etc. And he was super duper coherent about it. Like, he knew exactly what was happening, so I was really excited. At this point, I think I had mentioned we didn't know whether or not he had like really significant brain damage, just because he had been sedated for so long. So it was tricky. What you will see at one point is that I did end up having to add a day extender here, and I have 2 paper and milk marus. My indigo order arrived, and that was Fourth Wing. And if you have not read Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, I don't know what you're waiting for. Go read now. Like, pause this video, stop watching, go read Fourth Wing. It is freaking phenomenal. If you are into fantasy, do it. If you are not into fantasy, oh my god, just do it. It is such a good book. I have never gushed about a book so much. You absolutely need to do it. So that's what you're going to see in a bit. Then I noted I had a 4.5 kilometer walk with my kiddo. I started really getting back into my fitness, I think a couple weeks ago, if we're going to be totally like prior to this, but this is when I really started getting like super duper into it, starting to feel better. Then beyond that, I used a Fox and Cactus girl to note that I filmed a haul video. And then I had to go to Toys R Us for something. I don't remember what. And then my husband and I just had some nice alone time again. It was nice. It was calm. And then I read this night. I was deep into my reading girl era, and I typically get that about 6 to 8 months postpartum. So this is right on track for that. And I used a Paper and Milk Mari for that as well. And what was I reading here? Oh, The Final Gambit. It was not, so this was like the Hawthorne Legacy trilogy. Take it or leave it for that one. Not my favorite. It was fine. 3 out of 5 stars if you wanted to be serious about it. There were some writing issues. There were some continuity issues. There were some writing to make things fit. I struggle so much with these, like, what are they called? Day extenders? Box extenders? But I don't need a full box extender, and I don't need a half box extender. Like, I just don't. But the quarter box extender is life. So, there you go. So yeah, you'll notice I have 2 Paper and Milk on this extender, and then I have 2 Fox and Cactus next to each other. That doesn't really bug me. I think I got that question once a little while ago. Yep. And then you'll just see that I'm putting the Paper and Milk Mari down. Then I had a call with my cousin the next morning just because my dad was being transferred. So she and I had, and I used a half box for that because she and I had like an hour call to talk about the program at the facility that he went to, and it was good. She's an occupational therapist there, and we're just, again, incredibly lucky that he was able to get into this facility. It's top. So I'm glad he did. Then I used another Coffee Monsters coat just to note that I was up at the butt crack of dawn, which, if you know anything about weather in Canada, it was like 4 or 5 something. It's just miserable. It's my new norm now, guys. 5 a.m. I don't love that I know what it looks like. Anyway, I used a CPR munchkin just to note my dad's transfer, but like only because I didn't have like an ambulance emoji or anything like that. I could have used a doctor one, but anyway, there was nothing serious. It was just a regular transfer. It happened at 8:30 a.m. Then I edited and uploaded the haul video that went up apparently on April the 26th. So if you guys have not checked that out, you absolutely should. Then another Paper and Milk icon to note that I had a nap with my kiddo this day. And my sister and I that evening, she had gone by to my dad's room. And so she had a call with me and my dad, and we all had like a 3-way call. But then she called me after, and we just discussed how he was and next steps and everything like that. So there was the first half filled in, and now we're going to move into the second half of the week, which is going to go way quicker because I don't have any day extenders or anything. So on Thursday I had the regular daycare drop-off, and I realized that my Thursday and Friday look kind of the same. So I put also the daycare drop-off on Friday. You'll note that all 3 of those got a what's it called? Scalloped label. I don't know. I like marking them the same. So there's that. Then next up after that, 4.5 kilometer walk. I did it with my kiddo both mornings. I just walk home from daycare with my kiddo instead of catching the bus. And it's like I walk with my baby and after I've dropped off my other kiddo. And so it's a 3.5 kilometer walk, and I just bump it up to 4.5 or longer, whatever I'm feeling. On Thursday, I went to Booster Juice. I didn't really have anything to mark that. And then I made peanut noodles for lunch. I did more laundry, of course. My kiddo and I played outside for a little while with chalk, and then, oh my God, he just melted down for 2 hours. I don't know. He was having a really tough time with his emotions. He was having a bad week. Then on Friday, again, daycare drop-off, walk home, and I went to Starbucks this day. On my walks, one of the reasons I was extending them is because my dad was up really early, so I was doing my phone calls with him in the mornings. And then I had longer calls with my dad and my mom on this day. And I should say, I call my mom every single day, so I don't mark that. And then my kiddo had a lovely bath, and I used a Fox and Pip kiddo in the bath. To note that it's actually my last one. I'm really sad I'm out of it. And then that evening I finished the final gambit. It just, again, I put it in the half box because I read for a really long time so I could finish it. But it was so. Then on Saturday, we got to sleep in till 6:30, and that felt like a huge luxury at that point. So we slept until 6:30. I used a cute little pillow with eyes from Sweet Tea Sticker Co., and I encourage you all to check it out. It was super duper cute. And then there was a play date. I will move the planner down eventually, I hope. Planning Alex. I just got really into it at this point. Then a Coffee Monsters Co. to note that my kid had bad tantrums, a lot of big feelings, and actually, now that I'm looking back on this is sort of like the beginning of his end. His best friend in the world and he were having trouble at daycare. There was just like a really weird dynamic between him and another kid and his best friend. And so his best friend ended up actually leaving daycare. His mom was not happy with how the daycare handled the situation. My kiddo is super passive though. Like, so at home he's tantruming with me because he's like, I guess he's okay, feels comfortable enough to express himself, but at daycare he doesn't, and so he was getting bullied really bad. So his best friend's mom was like not happy with how it got handled, so he got transferred to daycares. It was such a bad day for meltdowns that we ordered pizza that night, and then I started Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, which was really good. Then on Sunday we drove into Toronto and stopped at Krispy Kreme because all my dad wanted was Krispy Kreme donuts. So that donut is actually from my leftover stash. Really happy I had it. And then we visited my dad in the morning, which was super nice. In the afternoon, we just sort of had a lazy, chill day. It was nice until we cut my kiddo's hair. Even that wasn't too bad. And then finally, just using another Fox and Pip icon, I ended up having a bubble bath alone that evening, which was needed and necessary. So I hope you enjoyed this plan with me. I hope you enjoyed this spread, and I can't wait to see you in the next one, guys. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Toodles!